So I have now had my EG4 9K BTU mini split that you see behind me here installed in my master bedroom for over 7 months. Now, as a reminder, this unit has a 29.5 SEER2 rating, which is extremely efficient. That means it uses very little electricity, which is great for people like me who run their whole house off grid or trying to use as little power from the utility company as possible. And an efficient unit like this is critical when running on batteries for your whole house, especially during those days when there's multiple storms, so you don't see the sun for a few days to recharge your batteries via solar. A unit like this is critical to be able to remain off grid in those situations. And this unit is only 120 volts. It is so efficient that I actually tapped in to my little 120 volt outlet here in my wall that you can plug in, like your lights or your cell phone into. It is that efficient. I literally just drilled a hole right through the box in that outlet to the back and wired the mini split compressor right to that. Now, but keep in mind, the manufacturer, EG4, does not recommend you install it like that. They recommend installing a dedicated circuit. But this unit is so efficient, you can put it on a standard electrical outlet, and I've had no problems with that at all for the last 7 months. Now, that means you can't install or plug in a microwave to that same circuit or a hairdryer, for instance, and try to run them all at the same time. Don't do that. But if you're just running, your standard plugging in your cell phones, TV, lights, things like that, you'll have no problem connecting this thing right to it. And the great thing about this unit is you can install it without the help of an expensive AC or heat technician, because the Freon lines in this thing comes pre-charged, which means you don't have to hook up a vacuum pump and vacuum out the lines and then put Freon in it after that. All you have to do is connect the line sets together. All you're going to use is channel locks, tighten those down. You'll hear the gas kind of move through the lines right away, and that's it. You're done. Connect the wiring, hook it up on the wall. I mean, this thing can be installed by the average DIYer in a weekend easily. Now, being able to self-install this is a huge advantage. Trying to get these skilled tradesmen in plumbing, things like electrical, things like that today is tough. In my small town, my local AC and heat guy is booked out 2 months. You have to wait 2 months for them to get an appointment to come out and install one of these things for you. So the more we can be self-reliant, do this work ourselves, the better, in my opinion. Now, there's just a shortage of people getting into those household trades like plumbing, electrical, AC, and heat. So going into the future, I think it's just going to be difficult to get skilled tradesmen to come out on a short notice. So that is a huge benefit to this unit to be able to do it yourself. Now, this unit is priced at about $1,300, and I can get you $50 off it using the discount code UNPLUGGEDTEXAN, and I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can purchase this. Now, this unit can heat or air condition your room up to about 400 square feet. And my master bedroom plus master bathroom, which is what this unit heats and cools, is just underneath that. And I've noticed it can lower or raise the temperature in the room by about 10 degrees in less than 30 minutes. So this thing really works quick. And because it's a mini split, it ramps up on those amps very slowly. So it starts out low and then ramps up, rather than your traditional AC unit, which has a big giant surge of about, like for instance, my 4-ton air conditioning unit surges to about 125 amps. That's a lot. And then it backs down to, I don't know, less than like 20. But this is the exact opposite. This actually ramps up very slowly to get to that its operating running amperage. And the highest I've seen my unit run is about 950 watts within the first few minutes, and then it backs off on that very quickly. And it averages in AC mode overnight when I use it about 250 watts an hour, 250 watt hours on this thing when running overnight, which is very impressive. In heat mode, it uses a slightly more. It uses about 350 watts on average. Now, I'm in Texas, so depending on where you're at in the country will depend on how efficient it's going to be. So if you're in a really cold area of the country, it won't quite operate as efficiently. Or if you're in a really hot area, it probably won't operate as efficiently either. But I don't think your numbers are going to be too far off what I'm seeing. And I have ran this unit when it's been pretty cold outside, when it's been in the teens here in Texas, and it's still blowing out 90, 95 degree air. So it can work in those low temperatures as well. Now, at that 250 to 300 watt hours rating on this thing that I'm seeing, that means you can heat or cool your whole master bedroom on less than 3 kilowatt hours. That is very impressive. So as I mentioned, I've used this unit for about 7 months now, and I've had 0 issues with it. Nothing at all. It runs unbelievably quiet as well. In fact, the first time I turned this unit on, I was wondering if it was working because I couldn't hear it at all. Now that was in low fan mode, but even in turbo fan mode, you can barely hear this thing. This thing is, I can't say enough good things about this unit. Now I like this unit so much, I actually had my father-in-law pick up one of these things and install it in his house. So recently, I released an ebook on everything I've learned about whole home solar. Now in chapter 4 of that book, I talk about a bug out room. Now this is a term I came up with. Basically, it's a room in your house where when you've got a multiple day storm, say you've got solar like I do with battery storage, you have multiple day storms, so you're not getting really any solar production or much at all, and you really need to ramp down that electricity usage. This unit is a perfect thing. Use your master bedroom as like a bug out room. You and your family hole up in that room and ride out that storm while there's no power, and you can use very little electricity, just heating or cooling your master bedroom instead of your whole entire house, which the majority of electrical usage in your home is always going to be AC and heat. So if you can dial that back, use this unit, only use your master bedroom, you can still have the lights on or the internet, or maybe run a induction cooktop to cook on, because that won't use that much electricity. But it's that AC and heat that's really critical. So if you can hole up in your master bedroom and ride out that storm, this units are perfect to use that in that situation. Now, if you'd like to pick up or check out that solar ebook that I wrote, you can go to solar-ebook.com. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more tips on how I'm doing these kind of things with solar, and we'll see you in the next video.